We all know that YouTube is the #2 search engine out there, but are you maximizing engagement, views, and subscribers? Well, in this episode, I'm going to break down specifically a checklist. That's right, a checklist of 6 items that you should be doing and reviewing before you post your next YouTube video. All right, since you're watching this episode, my guess is you want to learn and understand how you can really optimize YouTube for higher engagement, better views, and obviously more subscribers. And so I've got the master checklist here. There's 6 steps, and I'm going to walk through. And specifically, I've seen growth. I continue to train clients on YouTube and how they can up their game. And this checklist is like easy, in my opinion. It's just that extra step. And I see this all the time, the mishaps and little things that are going on YouTube, not from my clients, but a lot of other prospects that I see and interact with. So let's get into it. The first step to optimize your YouTube channel to help with growth, views, and subscribers, you got to customize the title. The title is so important. There's a lot of different variety of ways that you can encompass your title, but you want to make sure it's eye-catching. It's going to hack the attention of that person. The title, a couple things that I do strategically is I've got a couple AI tools that it gives me recommendations, right? That's what an AI tool, it's a recommendation engine. So think about using some sort of AI tool just to give you some other suggestions. They usually dump 2 or 3 in there from an AI tool perspective. And then I go in there and do the human factor, right? And automate that and really update it to what I think is going to be the most compelling title out there. But the title is super important. Test, optimize. You can change your title. So if you've got some videos that just aren't performing, think about changing the title. So that's step 1. Step 2 is you got to have tags, and tags aren't as important as they used to be, but it's going to help, right? So the recommendation here is to have at least 20 tags when you go through before you actually post, and you can add tags. So let's say you post and you forgot to add, those additional tags. Well, you can go back in there and change it, add some things. I have an AI tool, again, that I use, and I'm going to drop it in the description and also comments below so you can check it out. It's just a paid subscription that I have. It's called vidIQ. So I leverage that for the titles, as I was mentioning, but then also the tags. And like I said, YouTube has changed the algorithm. You want to make your videos searchable, right? Well, just make sure you have at least 20 tags in there. And the cool thing about this vidIQ AI tool is you can actually go in there and it'll tell you what the search volume is. So check that out. The next tip here, or on the checklist, number 3, is the description. I see this all the time. Somebody puts one line. Well, the description gives you an opportunity to put a lot of your main keywords in there. So whatever keywords that you want to be searchable for your business, for your organization, pepper it out throughout the actual description. The other great thing about the description is, just like I mentioned, I said, hey, I'm going to drop a valuable tool that I use, an AI tool, in the description. So do that in your videos too. If you have additional resources, additional videos that you want to drive people to, well, drop it in the description. The other thing about the description is if you want people to follow you on other social platforms, put those links in there as well. What I do is I have a standard, hey, if you found this video helpful or valuable, let's connect socially. And then I drop my social channels in there. So it's a good way to really leverage the searchable features, obviously in YouTube, but then also you can connect with other people on your other platforms. I'm also updating it too to include some other things that are helpful, like my newsletter. So really leverage the description. All right, let's get into the next one, is the card. So when you upload your YouTube video, you have an opportunity to include another link to a video. So let's just say, for example, you have a 3-part series, you're recording part 2, you could put in the link of the actual video itself a link to that first video. So if someone's watching it and they said, hey, I haven't watched the second or the first video, you can go back in there, put that link and put it in there. And you don't have to do it right when you upload it on YouTube. You can actually go back and make that modification later on after you post. So it's a great way to keep people engaged. Again, if you have a playlist you're driving to, you've got another series in your video that you're trying to drive to, you want to make sure to put a card in there as well. If you don't, well, don't put the card in there, obviously, but it's a great way to engage people to get that binge experience. If they want to learn more about other things that you're talking about, boom, the card is super helpful. The other thing is at the very end of your video, and I see this all the time where it's not the person hasn't optimized it, and so there's not driving to another video. They're not putting the subscription button up there. So when you go to the end card, when you upload the video, and again, you don't have to do this right when you post it, but it's easier just to do it. Again, this checklist is the most valuable thing that you can do before you actually put your video live on YouTube. So go through the end card, and basically there's 5 or 6 or 7 different templates that you can use. They make it really easy in YouTube. I like the one that has a video on the left, it's got a subscription button, and then another video on the right. So there's different configurations. Again, you want to drive subscribers, you want to drive people to watch that next video that might be most interesting to them. And or if it isn't a playlist, well, you just created a binge worthy experience, right? Because they can move on to that next video. You're being helpful, you're being valuable. So make sure you update those end cards. And then the last thing, which is probably one of the most important ones on this checklist, and not for sure why I kept it last here, but what you're going to want to do is make sure you have a high resolution thumbnail that hacks the attention of that person. That's how you're going to really show up when it comes to people scrolling through, right? It's going to stop them. So try different things. Try different titles, try picture of you, check out a lot of my different videos. I've tried a lot of different thumbnails, just test. What I typically like to do is whatever my title is for that particular video, I put that obviously in the thumbnail. A lot of times I'll test high images of myself. I'll also put in bright colors to hack the attention. And again, test, learn, and then optimize. So really that's the checklist. I hope this video has been valuable. If it has, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and hit me up if you have questions in the comments. I'm going to include the AI tool that's in there. I'll include when I create my thumbnails, I use Canva. I'm sure a lot of you have probably heard of Canva, but if you haven't, I'll include that in the description as well. Look forward to bringing you more valuable information soon. Bye for now.